Chaos erupted at the Sani Abacha Stadium in Kano on Sunday evening after Kano Pillars fans invaded the pitch and attacked match officials, players, and staff of a Shooting Stars football club following a dramatic late equaliser in their Nigerian Premier Football League match. The fixture, which ended 1-1, descended into violent scenes moments after the final whistle. Footage obtained from the live broadcast showed irate fans storming the pitch and confronting the officiating team led by referee Mohammed Tuta with assistant Ben Jaffet, Shehu, Isa, and Alpha Sadiq also targeted. The officials were forced to flee for safety as chaos spread across the pitch. The violence began after Shooting Stars forward Adams Mustafa struck a 94th minute equaliser to cancel out Mustafa Jibrin's earlier opener for the hosts. Enraged by the late goal and referee calls during the game, home supporters breached a security barrier and charged toward the match officials and visiting players. Several Shooting Stars players, including Ismail Ayodele and Adams Agba, were reportedly assaulted in the ensuing milieu. Kingsley, this is another, ugly story about the Nigerian Premier Football League. At a time where we thought maybe some of the, sanction and fine from the league body against some of these clubs has been able to curb this issue of a match violent crowd trouble. Kano Pillar, I mean, it was an eyesore yesterday. Beyond the regular some cash fining some of this home team and all of that, what do you think will be the lasting solution to this fans trouble?
Mike, at this point in time, it becomes difficult, to actually determine at this point in time. We've been clamoring about point deduction, maybe point deduction possibly that could tame the situation, as it's done, because from what we've seen so far, when things like this happen, the Npfl board will come and say, oh, you're paying 3 million naira for this, you're paying 2 million naira for this. At the end of the day, that does it. We don't get anything again. All right, the team just maybe pay the money and they continue. And there is no appropriate, we don't have appropriate measures, to tackle this situation. And at the end of the day, the fans will still come up with this particular gesture, which is very bad, for the image of the league, as it stands. So, for me, like I've been saying, I think point deduction will go a long way. But the fans, of course, come to the understanding of the fact that, if we actually do something silly in this game, we might be deducted 3 points or thereabouts. All right, it will really, of course, dawn on them to know that, if our team, if 3 points is being deducted from our team, there's a possibility we might not win the league, or there's a possibility we might not finish well on the table, or there's a possibility we might be relegated. At the end of the day, these thoughts, of course, maybe will probably calm them not to do things otherwise. But take a look at that game yesterday. The game was fair, not until the 90 minutes of that particular encounter where Shooting Stars actually equalized and the fans came all out on the players. I saw some pictures and videos yesterday of how some of the Shooting Stars players were beating. That is very bad. And the fact is that this game was actually being streamed. So not only Nigerians are aware of this, the world knows about this. So how will the Npfl go? How will the league attract sponsors when things like this happen to disrupt a game? When home team has to win by all means. So it is very pathetic. It's not one very good at all, for the league at this point in time. And as well, apart from point deduction, I don't know. Teams should devise a means of sensitizing their fans, letting them know what is at stake. There should be sensitization. Let the fans know how they are supposed to conduct themselves when they come to watch games, what they are supposed to do and what they are supposed to do. There's each of the, I think the Npfl team, they have a fan club. should be able to gather the fans. They might not get everybody, but you telling 1, 2, 3, 4 persons, at least the other, those ones you told might go all the way in telling others to see. Let's not do this. So this is what they've said, what our club have discussed.
Okay.
So fan sensitization, I think, is key. At this point in time, so to couple of this situation, point deduction, fan sensitization, and then you talk about security.
Okay.
Where there's security men in that stadium, that's the thing. Because if there was appropriate number of security men, maybe they would have caught that situation, yesterday. Some of those players were heavily beaten, maybe wouldn't have been beaten, and then secure those, injuries we saw yesterday. So, a lot has to be done in order to cope this issue of fans disrupting games in the Npfl.
All right, Kingsley, due to time factor, because we are running out of time, just 30 seconds, Kingsley. 3 players will be out for the clash between the Super Eagles and Benin Republic come tomorrow. 2 key players from the Beninois side will miss that game, and one from Nigeria, which is Lukman Ademola. Is this good news for Nigeria?
It's a good news for Nigeria, but it's still Benin Republic, and I think despite the fact that 3 players are supposed to be out, they will still want to find a way, around it. And for the likes of Ademola who will not be present, I think it's a little bit of a setback for Nigeria, but I think every child should just look for a way and see what we can do. Of course, you know what is at stake. 2 goals need to be scored, 200 goals need to be scored in that game. And we have to start, as the whistle of hope is being blown. So a tough one it is, but 3 players being out for Benin Republic, I think somehow you say advantage for Nigeria, but the question is, can we utilize that advantage?